What happened was horrifying. I'm glad I caught it, recorded it. Glad I caught it, caught the fire on recording. I'm glad I uploaded it. Got 22 views within 9 hours, which is impressive for the size of my channel. Uh, um, okay, let's start from the beginning. I woke up to the smell of smoke. I didn't look out the window. I was sleeping, and I was half asleep, but I knew I was smelling smoke. So I figured it was somebody that maybe burnt something, overcooked something, in the building. It's happened before. You know what I'm saying? And plus, I was half asleep. So, but I knew what I was smelling. I was like, ugh. And I went back to sleep. Hey, Vash, what's up? And I went back to sleep. And I woke up again to the same smell of smoke. But this time I heard crackling, glass crackling and popping. But the interesting part about that was I didn't hear any sounds of nobody crying, no kids crying, nobody calling for help or nothing. I just heard the sounds. And I got up and I turned around to my window and I saw the smoke. And I was like, what the fuck? I'm just waking up and shit. And then that's when I saw the fire. The flames was just really big. And somebody actually, now at this point I heard a voice. I don't know if he was outside or what. He said, "That's a fire! That's a fire! It's a fire!" Something like. So I got out. I was like, "Holy shit!" And then I heard more glass breaking. I heard more popping. So I got out of bed. I couldn't fucking believe what I was seeing. I kept staring at my window and I saw the fire just kept going, rapidly and shit. And I'm like, holy shit. So I went in my closet and I got my shirt. And I did do something before I got my clothes on. I wanted to wake myself up. So I got my towel and I went in the bathroom and I wet it and I put water on my eyes just so I can wake myself up and shit. You know what I'm saying? I forgot my glasses though. I was in a hurry to get out of there. I wanted to actually. My main reason of getting out, I wanted to see it from the side of the building. I wanted to see it. I didn't think it was gonna get that big. I realized how wrong I was when I stepped into my hallway. I didn't lock my door, and I thank God I didn't. I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna get to that a little bit later as to why I'm thanking the Lord, or I'm just thankful that I didn't lock my door. So I just closed my door. I had my keys with me, of course, and I had my wallet, just in case worst comes to worst. I was prepared. They was gonna identify me. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I took my wallet. I was preparing for the worst. I was like, I gotta get the. I did hear the sirens before I left my apartment though, so I knew they were there. And I did thought about calling 911. But I was like, somebody else already did. I know they did. So plus I didn't hear no screaming or nothing like that. I only heard that one guy saying, "There's a fire." Thank you, Leo. It's a fire. That's all I heard. And I didn't hear any other sounds until I tried to. I wasn't taking the elevator. They don't advise you to take the elevator if there's a fire in the building. So I was going to go down the stairs. I was going to go the route that I usually take if I didn't take the elevator. And when I opened that door, I was greeted to blackness and smoke. And it hit me right in the face. I didn't even step out into the stairway. So and I couldn't hardly breathe, and I heard people screaming. I heard this woman crying for help, bumping and banging on the walls of what I don't know she was banging on. But it was blood curdling. It was terrifying to hear her scream for help. I couldn't do anything. I wasn't gonna go down there. You know, so I backed out, and I was like, "Holy shit!" You know, I'm finna die. You know what I'm saying? But I forgot that there was another exit way on the other side of the hallway. I didn't run down there. I walked real fast down there. I'm thinking like, cause I ain't seeing nobody come out their doors and nothing like that. And I knew there was one guy that lived on my floor that was wheelchair bound, but I did not know what apartment he was in. I told my mom I probably would have knocked on this door, probably, if I'd known exactly what apartment he stayed in. But I never knew. So my main priority was trying to get the fuck up out of there. So I took the second stairwell down. Yes, I still smelled smoke. It was black. But it wasn't as bad as the first one. So I'm going down, and I'm hearing more screams. I'm hearing people running. I hear a lot of commotion. You know, and there was this one guy. I have to mention this guy. He was coming up the stairs, and I was like, "Holy shit!" You know what I'm saying? He's like, "God damn, what the fuck, man?" I said, "I know." And he was like, "Man, I gotta get my mom. I gotta save my mom." I said, "Oh shit." You know, so I kept going downstairs. I'm trying to get the fuck out the building. So he goes up. I'm pretty sure he saved his mom. As far as I know, nobody died. As far as I know. Critical condition, yes. Some people went to critical condition, but I don't think nobody passed. As far as this video is concerned, nobody has passed. So I'm pretty sure he got to save her and everything. They left out the building together. So, but I'm going downstairs, and I never went down this route before. I've been here 3 years. I never went down that route before. So it was new to me. So I found my way out, and I got out, and I made it to the front of the building. There was already a group of people out there already. So the fire was on the 4th floor, and the people in the 1st and 2nd floor, they was all out the building. Everybody was out the building that was in the building. That's how I knew that a lot of these apartments in this building is vacant, because it's like over 60 units in my building, and there wasn't even nearly 60 people out there. So I went to the back of the building where I saw the fire coming out the building. I was like, what the fuck, you know? And I just kept looking at it, and I was like, let me fucking record this shit, you know? So I took my phone out, and I recorded it, and I uploaded it to YouTube that night. And if you saw the recording, it was pretty horrific. I remember I could always rewatch my recordings before I upload it. And I was like, ooh, you know, I was like, ooh, gosh. You know, watching that, it was kind of hard to watch. I never watched a recording of mine that was hard to watch, but that one was hard to watch. So I'm recording and shit. I only got like about 15 minutes before my goddamn phone decides to end it because of lack of memory and all that bullshit. So no, I didn't start the fire, Ryan. Vash, hope I say hi to you, Vash. But I think I did. Hell no, I ain't start that fucking fire. But yeah, so When the phone cut off, I wish I would have recorded them, the firemen, because they entered my build, they entered my apartment, and they took out my screen. Because that's protocol, that's what they do. Because my building was actually close to the building that caught on fire. So, I mean, my apartment, not my building. So I saw them taking, this after the recording stopped. I wish I would have got that too. And I was like, hey, my apartment is fine, you know what I'm saying? But I wasn't thinking, that was protocol to get the fucking fire, get the air out for it won't be hot. It won't heat up and shit. So that's what they do for protocol. And that's why I'm going back to. I'm glad I didn't lock my door, because they would have to bust in my apartment if I locked my door. I had to fucking get a new lock and shit. So I'm glad that the fireman had enough sense to turn the knob, and come on in. He probably banged on the door first. Anybody in there? You know how they usually do. I imagine he did that. But he went in, it was open, and I was downstairs just looking at my own apartment. He just taking out my fucking my screen and shit. And I was like, what the fuck? But yeah, they was looking out for my apartment. That's what they was doing. So I need some new fucking screens and shit. Got so much goddamn bugs up in here. I feel like I'm in a goddamn fucking jungle. God damn. But anyways, I'm getting ahead of myself. So, thank you, Zom. Thank you so much, Zom. What else? We was out there for quite a while. The fire, it was between 8 and 8:30 when I started recording. I did say what time. I did say it wasn't 8:30 yet on the recording. So I did say that. And because the fire started close to 8. I didn't record immediately though. But I ended up doing it. And yeah, so we was out there for quite a while because we couldn't go in the building. Actually, I wasn't told. None of us was told we couldn't go back in the building. We wasn't going back in the building by common sense. But I decided to go back into the building to see the status of my apartment. So I went in after standing out there for a while. I went back upstairs. I went the exact same way I went to leave out the building. And I went on the floor where the fire was at, because by this time, of course, they put it out, and the floors were wet. You know what I'm saying? And the hallway was dark. The lights were out, and I saw the building where the fire started. I didn't go inside. I took a picture of it. It's on my Twitter. I took a picture where the fire started. I also took a picture of the building above it, where the fire spread to. The apartment building. The apartment above it where the fire spread to, I took a picture of that too. Because that's right next door to me. So, and then then it's when I went into my own apartment and I saw the soot on the floor. I was like, damn. But little did I know that was dangerous substance to leave on your floor. I didn't know at that point in time. And I took a picture of my window and shit. I put that on Twitter. And yeah, so I went back downstairs. What the fuck am I staying in my apartment for? And then that's when I found out that none of us should go back into the apartment. I was like, okay, too late. I went back in mine. Oh, I'm going to get into that, Ryan. I'm getting to that. Hold on. I'm trying to go step by step on the events that happen in order. My mom told me that she thinks the fire was set on purpose. That's what went through my mind when I first saw it. Somebody fucking set it on purpose. That's what she told me when I called her when I was out there. And cause she was like, "Oh, do you want me to come down there?" You know, I said, "Yeah, come on down here." You know, I've got to tell y'all, I called her before I called her before I started recording the fire. So I went back downstairs and there was a fireman was out. He had ambulance, whatever you call them. They were out there. You had a bus that was used to cool people off if you want to get cool, but it was cool. It wasn't hot out there. You know what I'm saying? So they had that just in case people was too hot. You go on a bus and sit under the AC. You know what I'm saying? And the fire department was nice enough to give us free coffee and steak, egg, and cheese sandwiches. Them sandwiches was fucking delicious, man. Holy shit. My God, them motherfuckers are scrumptious. So I'm just digging in my motherfucking cheese sandwich and drinking my sugarless coffee. I didn't want to get, I knew where the sugar was at, but I was like, fuck, I'm just going to drink it as it is because I'm so fucking shook up on what I just went through and shit. And people started, getting upbeat and smiling and shit. I wasn't ready for that yet. I just wasn't. I smiled because they were looking at me. I'm just like, I just put on a face, you know what I'm saying? But I ended up walking away from them. And that's when the tears started forming in my eyes because I was reliving what I just went through. You know what I'm saying? I could have been fucking dead up there. And those screams I was hearing, they replayed in my mind and I started tearing up. I thought somebody was going to see me crying and try to stop it. Like, what's going on? You okay? And all that shit. I was just like, I just wiped my eyes and shit, just like, and finished my fucking sandwich. So, my mom, I was told that the soot in my apartment was poisonous because one of the plumbers had came in the building. They was going through each apartment and seeing who can go back in and shit. They were saying like, oh, you're gonna have to relocate because you can't go back in that apartment. It's too dangerous. I was like, what? It was like, yeah. So in Red Cross is on the way. They're gonna give all of y'all rather a $500 check to go check out the motel for like a couple of days and shit. You know what I'm saying? I was like, what? But I found out that there were 2 vacant apartments when we were allowed to go back in an apartment building. I found that on my floor there were 2 vacant apartments, and I told him that. He was like, "Well, the disabled got to come first." You know what I'm saying? That's understandable. Because there were at least 2 guys that I know of that's in a wheelchair. They're wheelchair bound in a building. So I was like, okay. Because by the time I told him my mom had already came. She already arrived and shit. And finally the building manager arrived. Finally he came. And my mom was like, because I was telling my mom, I said, Mom, they could move me in one of these empty units. You know what I'm saying? The building and shit. Hey, what's up, Mudcake? Thank you so much, Mediterranean. Appreciate it, man. And my mom was like, why can't you just clean it yourself? You know what I'm saying? I was like, they say 2 heads are better than 1. We're going to ask them, can I do that? And sure enough, they was like, yeah, go ahead. If you can clean it yourself, you can stay. So what happened next? We went out to get some cleaning supplies. I spent $49 fucking on cleaning supplies. $49, man. That's half of the amount that I would never dream of spending ever at one time. So I mean, I have fun spending time with my mom. Of course, she always fun to spend time with. So we went back. No, actually, we didn't go back until my fucking that the janitor had called us and said the Red Cross was downstairs. He thought I was still in the building, but I was gone. Or we was gone. We was actually me and my mom was actually in line at Wendy's, this restaurant, this fast food restaurant called Wendy's. This line was really fucking slow. Holy shit. And that's about the time my phone started ringing. And that was somebody said, "Oh, Red Cross is downstairs." My mom was like, "Let's go." I was like, "Okay." You know. So we got back into her car, drove down there and shit. And they was parked in the car. They were just waiting and shit. I guess it was guess they was preparing. You know what I'm saying? So I went to the car. I said, "I'll stay in 506." You know what I'm saying? It's well, depending on the damage, you get the money. You know what I'm saying? I said, "Okay, cool." I said, "I'll be upstairs then." So I told my mom what they said. She go, "Okay, go up there. I'm smoking a cigarette." She said, "Okay." So I went upstairs and I called one of my contacts. I'm talking with him and shit upstairs, and my mom ends up coming later. I think I talked to him for about 40 minutes until my mom was like, "Where are these people at?" You know what I'm saying? I was like, "I don't know." And she like, "Well, I'm finna go back downstairs." But before she went up, she actually said the lady, because it was a man and a woman in the car, and the lady was out the car. She had went into the building already before my mom went into the building. That was about 40 minutes, maybe 30 minutes, give or take, before she went up. So she went back downstairs, and then she calls me. Now, first she calls me telling me that the news was out there and they want to interview me and shit. And she said they're going to go live pretty soon. And I was like, "Man, I don't want to talk to no fucking news." Shit, I just didn't want to do it. So I ain't talking to no goddamn news, man. Hey, Ashley. I said, fuck that shit. I never seen that movie, Nick. What's up, by the way, bro? Good to see you. I've heard of it, of course. I know it's a firefighter movie. That's all I know. Where was I? Oh yeah. So I told her, I don't want to talk to no. I don't want to talk to no. I just didn't want to. I just didn't want to. And I was saying, "Oh, they cut you off mid sentence and the shit," And I got a potty mouth and all that shit. I was making all these excuses not to talk with the news. But they did interview one lady, though. They interviewed one tenant only. I guess people felt like, they don't want to talk to him. So they interview only one person. So, but yeah, so she calls me again, okay, to tell me that the Red Cross people they left. I was like, what? I'm sitting here waiting for them to knock on my door. For them to see the apartment, the extent of the damage and shit. You know what I'm saying? She was like, "Nah, they gone." I said, "Get the fuck." Stupid motherfuckers, man. I mean, I'm going to be honest. I wasn't that upset about it. I wasn't. But it was stupid, though. It was stupid for them. They were supposed to come into my apartment and look and see the extent of the damage and see if I'm eligible for the $500. Son of a bitch. But anyways, no, I ain't lose nothing, level 1. So I didn't think I didn't care, man. So I went downstairs, got my cleaning supplies. But I went downstairs to get my cleaning supplies. And my mom, she still has to eat all day, you know what I'm saying? So we had So we ended up going to try to find somewhere to eat. And I was starting to get hungry my damn self. Even though I only had a fucking sandwich earlier, but it was hours earlier. So I went where we went to get something to eat and shit, you know. And we came back, met with my sister, because you know she found out about it, and my mom told her. And me, my mom, my sister, we went upstairs to clean my apartment. And so I appreciate my sister's help. You know, she scrubbed the walls down and shit. She mopped half the floor. My mom did what she could, you know. And I stayed up because they had to leave sooner or later, so I had to finish up. I stayed up to 4 a.m. last night cleaning. Clean all the soot off the floor, mopping and shit, doing the walls, and I realized I forgot to fucking do my closet and shit. So I had to do that. That took time. I had to make some more fucking water, soap, solution, and all that shit. I had a million fucking solutions in that damn water. It'll put cyanide poison to shame. I had so much fucking solution in that water. So I had to do the fucking closet and shit, and I can still smell the smoke, but not nearly as much as it was when the soot was on the fucking floor. It's going down. I told it may take a while for the smoke smell to leave. So I ended up going to the store that I bought some incense, you know, and some other shit that I needed. I bought some incense. I did some incense earlier today. So I'm going to be using a lot of incense to mask the smell of the smoke and shit. So I'm going to smell something, might as well smell something good, right? So I wish I could hit the beer early my damn self last night. Shit. So that's pretty much the story of my experiences. It's cause my mom. I remember my mom told me. She said, "This type of shit can happen to anybody." You know what I'm saying? Because you're like, "Oh, I'm so sorry this happened to you." You know, she was saying, and she was saying it can happen to anybody. And she's right. She's absolutely right. This shit can happen to anybody. It just shows you how life goes with people. It's like you hear 1 minute, you may be gone the next. I mean, I don't want to sound like a broken. I'm pretty sure you heard this over and over again. How life is not promised to us tomorrow. Anything can fucking happen. An accident, you know, and all that type of shit. I told Zom on Twitter, Zombie JLT1 on Twitter this morning. I said, I'm glad I'm still here to entertain and make people laugh, to give people meaning in their lives. That's my purpose in life, is to give meaning to others' lives, to make them feel happy and smile, so they can forget about the stresses and when they watch my content, you know. And I'm glad I'm still here to do that. And I told Zombie, I said, I'm glad I'm also still here to see you, which is to me among the most wonderful human beings I ever met, which is Zombie JLT1, man. It's like he's a prime example of what it means to be human. I said, I'm glad I get to see more of you and all the rest of you guys too, man. I'm glad I'm still here to see all you guys, man. So just live each day to the fullest, man. It's like, that's what I do every fucking day, man. I mean, I don't plan on fucking dying, but you know what I'm saying? I try to live each fucking day to the fucking fullest, man. It's like, god damn. So That's what I wanted to tell you guys to do the same. And Ashley, you gals, or only gals that are watching this recording and shit. That's like, I'm not a man, you know. Oh yeah, electrical fire was used in college. Oh man, Nick. Yeah, I'm lucky I wasn't in the building. If I was in a if I was in an apartment above the fire started, I would have lost all my shit. Guaranteed. I wouldn't have had shit left. Hell, I probably would have lost my life. Probably. But if I didn't, I would have lost all my shit. You know. So, but yeah, yeah, I was pretty close to it. Basically, I was pretty fucking close. And another thing, I don't know if I mentioned this, but when I first saw the fire when I was in bed, still, you can feel the fucking heat going through the walls. You can feel that shit. It was like that hot heat. I was like, God damn. Yeah, that's what people do. Ask, hey guys, you know, be like 9 girls. They're like, okay, hi. So, yeah, I was like, what? That's a horrible way to die, man. Being burned to death must be fucking horrific, man. Some people die horrible deaths, man. Holy shit, man. Drowning and shit. It's like, fuck me, man. So, shooting them fireworks. Here they go. It was just as loud last night. But at least I didn't have to relocate because I was able to clean this place. So, yeah, man. If y'all got any questions, you feel free to ask it. I mean, maybe something I left out. Oh yeah, right. The news. I did say we made the news. I think it was about not an hour, about a minute and 40 seconds. I think it was. It stayed on the air. The woman's interview, which they cut drastically short. They always do that shit. And the news anchor talking about it, and this is what I found interesting. I heard that this is what I heard from the man that was boarding up the apartments. It was from obviously he heard it from a neighbor. He said the fire was started by 2 kids in that building, in an apartment building. They were doing something in the wee hours of the morning. They fucked around and made a fire. Another guy said it was a cause of some electrical outlet that went boom or something like that. That was the kids. You know, they was fucking with something. And that's what I heard. But if you listen to the news, if you didn't know anything about that, if you only watched it on the news said the fire on how it started is unknown. I'm like, what? Now, it would make sense if nobody told them the fire was started by 2 little kids. Maybe they obviously didn't know. Nobody told them, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I should have fucking took that interview. Shit. But it's too late now, so I ain't worried about it. So I I think it was started deliberately. I mean, I believe the two kids story. I believe that one. I don't think it was an accident. Thunder. It wasn't thunder in that morning though. They could have broken into your apartment and stole something. That's what I was worried about, Mudcake. But they said it was gonna board it up so nobody could have got in. But still, I didn't want my shit to be in there. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want my shit to be in there. Board up while I'm staying somewhere else. I didn't want that shit, man. Vash is back. Yeah, I thought that was interesting about the news. Somebody had saw my upload of the footage of the fire of the building, and somebody said, "You, I think you made the news." So they sent me a link. YouTube cut it because YouTube doesn't like you sending links. But I was able to access the link from my Gmail, and that's when I watched the news of my building being on fire, and I also shared it on Twitter. They had the comment section was disabled and shit, so I couldn't say like, "Oh, that's my building" and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? I think it was Channel Two News or some shit. I forget. But yeah, I may not have gotten the $500, but I do have my life, and I choose that over money any day. You know, at least if I get angry about something, I'd be like, well, at least you're alive to feel that way. If I get tired, like when I was cleaning up, I was getting tired. I say, well, at least you're alive to feel that way. You know, that's how it is, man. So yeah, it was pretty fucking horrific, man. It was holy shit, man. Yeah, I said I was gonna make a live stream, me explaining in more detail my experiences and updates. I posted that on Twitter, and then one guy was like, he was like, "You gonna go live tonight?" I was like, "I don't know. Maybe it's likely gonna be tomorrow because I'm gonna be cleaning." You know what I'm saying? And I was right. I mean, got the getting to hug my sister and my mom and my father and my other sister today. They came to see me today. And cause my other sister's from Minnesota, she was in town. She just happened to be here for another event, and it was good. It was good to see. I ain't seen her, my older sister, in years. It was good to see her again. And yeah, man. I don't know if this is related to what I'm talking about, but first off, before I talk about this, I think RoboCop 3 was the worst of the three movies. RoboCop 2 is my favorite, actually. This scene is from RoboCop 3 when Lewis dies. What's her name? Ann Lewis? Alex Murphy's partner, who became RoboCop. And I watched this scene the night before the fire. Ironically. You know what I'm saying? I was getting teary eyed watching that because it was like, holy shit. I don't know if it was because I ain't seen it in so long, but I don't know. Because it was well done, you know what I'm saying? And she was telling Murphy, because she got shot, and she was telling Murphy that she was scared, you know what I'm saying? And, it was well done. And he was like, don't worry, it won't hurt long. And she was like, you know what it's like, right? He was like, yes. Of course he knows what it's like to die. He did die, basically. So, what really got me with that scene was that her last word before she passed was, she said his name, his human name. And the last person she saw was him. You know what I'm saying? And that got me, man. And then RoboCop lowers his head. He's like, officer down. That was his partner for I don't know how long, man. I like their relationship because throughout RoboCop 1 and 2 they were good partners, and I like the fact that even though she was female, it was strictly platonic. He wasn't cheating on his wife with his female partner and shit. And she respected him. Was there a little love interest there? I can imagine there was. But she wasn't gonna like ruin nobody. She wasn't a home wrecker. I don't believe Austin Lewis was a home wrecker. She's gonna keep it platonic. You know what I'm saying? They just do their job and go home, go their separate ways. But they had a lot of respect for each other. That's for damn sure. I like the fact that you didn't know that she was falling in love with him. I like that better as opposed to on the movie telling you, oh, she's got the hots for him. Did she care about him? Damn right she did. That was her partner. So he cared about her too. Shit. So, but how they make him into a wimp in RoboCop 2? RoboCop 2 was a shit. He fought that machine. Kane, Ed 209 was nothing compared to Kane, man. That robot was a shit. Way better than fucking 209. RoboCop 2 was a shit, man. The death scene in RoboCop 1 was awesome, though. It was well done when they killed him. I can't help but watch that shit over and over again. It was like that's how they should do scenes in movies. They should kill off the character in such a brutal way so you can become to hate the bad guys. You'll be on his side when he gets revenge and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like there's this one movie called I Spit on Your Grave. I don't know if you heard of it, but if you did, great. If you didn't, doesn't matter. I'm gonna explain it to you. The movie got controversy. There was a controversy with the first version came out in 1979. I didn't see it until it was remade. And I didn't know it was a remake when I saw it. And I saw both versions. I saw the 79 one. The 79 version got banned in some countries and some states. And because of the rape scene, how she was brutally raped and shit, I felt like they shouldn't hold back on when the victim suffers. Because, especially if that victim doesn't die. You know what I'm saying? Like they did with RoboCop. It was brutal. He died brutally. You know what I'm saying? This guy didn't go peacefully. They tortured him. They was laughing at him. Having fun. Shooting, pulling, filling this man up with lead. Laughing and shit like they was playing a fucking video game. And RoboCop suffered. You felt bad. He was like, God damn. You know, it's supposed to piss you off. It's supposed to make you uncomfortable. Just like when a girl got raped and I spit on your grave. In fact, the remake was actually just as good as the original. How graphic it was. You thought since, because the remake came in 2005, '04, because the PC and shit thing going on, but they kept the rape scene graphic, and even in the remake. So I thought that was cool, though I saw that one first. So you supposed to hate these guys that are doing this to this girl, man. So it should be graphic. They should laugh and have fun. Cause what guy rapes a girl not having fun? Fuck, I hate this shit. They gonna say, yeah, baby, back that ass up. They having fun being domineering and shit. The girl's screaming, ah! You supposed to get upset. Oh, really? Oh, you did? You just found RoboCop Part 1? Oh, yeah, director's cut is awesome. Yeah, I got the director's cut. Yeah, man, I was like, holy shit, man. Because remember when they blew off his arm level 1 and they was like laughing? he's like, my arm is off. And they was just laughing. Oh! They was having a good time torturing that man. And then you later found out he was set up. Actually, you knew he was going to be... You knew that shit was a setup for him to die. Because the fucker that made him was actually shaking hands with that crime lord. So they set Murphy up to die so he could become RoboCop. So he was... his creator was just as much of a crook as the fucking crooks. You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't want to simply just wait for officer to die in line of duty and him make him RoboCop. They want that shit now. So they had to set an officer up. And Murphy was chosen to be set up. And one of the thugs in Part 1 was lying. Trying to piss Murphy off and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Trying to make that man suffer as much as they can before they killed him. He's like, she's upstairs. I took her out. He didn't take her out that good because she was up and about. And she saw them kill him like that. She saw the whole fucking thing, man. Her partner getting killed. Tortured. And one of the guys was like, damn, I'm out of bullets, man. Fuck. I was like, wow, you guys are fucking sadists, man. So yeah, that's the point I'm trying to make. Movies are supposed to be graphic. I mean, the scene's supposed to be graphic because to take that away, it takes away the immersion of the movie. Because you want this person to get revenge. You want to be on their side. You want to root for them and shit. Even though I did like the remake of RoboCop, the way he died was fucking lazy. I get it. They didn't want to repeat what happened in the original. I get it. But I felt they could have did it better than that, man. Because all he did was walk through his car, open the door, and it fucking exploded. I was like, what? Yeah, thank you, level 1. Thank all of y'all for y'all comments and everything on Twitter and everything. Yep. Could have been much fucking worse, man. Un abrazo amigo. A hug, my friend. Hug you back, man. I mean, it's more. I mean, your death is more terrifying if those that are killing you are laughing. They're having a good time torturing you. It's much more terrifying, and you can see them having fun at your suffering. You know what I'm saying? They're having fun making you suffer. So it's like I spit on your grave. They had fun. They had fun raping her and shit. You know. So I know they were gonna kill her, but they got away. I mean, rather she got away and shit. Yeah, I hated spit on. I hated part two, man. I fucking hated it. I spit on your grave too. I couldn't stand it. I liked the part three because they started fresh with a new character. You know, she got raped. It wasn't as good as the first one, but I accepted it because it was a fresh start. Even though they said part three, it had nothing to do with the first two films. I can't stand when companies do that shit. Part three has nothing to do with the first two. How the fuck is it part three? Fuck out of here. You describe death as being told you have to board a plane, a one-way trip, and you could take nothing with you. Wow. That's one way of looking at it. Yep, can't take nothing with you. Yep, that's a perfect description of it. Wow. Yeah, I get to reunite with my uncle for like the third fucking time. I grew up playing video games with him. My oldest sister left his number with me. I will try to reconnect with him possibly tomorrow. But yeah, man. I was gonna cover those topics. I should have known this. I ain't gonna be talking an hour about what my experience. I know we're gonna last no fucking hour. How many I got down? Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Man, 9, 10, 11, 12. Damn, 13. I got 13 fucking topics, man. Wow. 13. The first one is talking about good and evil and shit. And how I don't see how you can not believe in that and say enjoy movies or video games. Especially when it involves superheroes like the X-Men and cops and robbers or some shit. You know what I'm saying? There's no way I cannot believe in it, personally speaking, because I've seen and heard about shit that people have done. To not call that evil was actually insane. You know, I don't give a fuck how justified they feel about doing such acts. You know, like fucking Ted Bundy. What that man did was fucking evil. The BTK killer. That man was fucking evil. Where he tortured his victims and shit. There's no such thing. Fuck you, man. Maybe you ought to have somebody do some evil shit to you and tell me there's no such thing as it. I mean, I know why atheists say it. I know why. I didn't bother asking because I know the answer. Because since atheists don't believe in God or religion or any of that shit, okay? Good and evil is associated with religion. That's what religion preaches about good and bad. So since that's associated with them, they said, "No, I can't be true." That's what they That's what they label shit. You know, yeah, of course, because you have to label it to set it apart. You help a lady cross the street, that's labeled as good. You help a lady across the street and have her walk the rest of the way knowing there's a fucking freight train coming and she's not going to make it. I hope you make it. And she gets killed. That's bad. It's that simple. It's got to be labeled, man. That there's two different sides on what to do. It's like the Mass Effect games, man. Like that's only one game that deals with a morality mechanic. I like games like that, man. That has a morality mechanic. You can either go bad or you can go good. You know. And the way doing either bad action or good action gets the job done. It does. But you know, you do it different ways, and it invokes different feelings in me. Like when I go a bad route, it evokes a feeling in me. Or when I go a good route in the game, it evokes a feeling in me. Because whenever I do like a bad action, I justify it. Just so it doesn't bother me. You know what I'm saying? Like I had to fucking do it, you know? Or if I go the heroic route, I feel like I accomplished something. I mean, it like I said, it invokes different feelings in me when I watch movies and shit, or play games with a morality system on it, or when I look at bad guys and good guys, which is cliche, paragons and renegades is what I call them. And I like watching movies with that concept in the back of my mind. It makes it more fun to watch, man. Instead of just looking, oh, he's just doing the action. He's just doing an action too. No such thing as good and evil, but it's a good movie. What the fuck, man? I remember when I was watching YouTube a while back, the subject of objective and subjective morality came up. I never really understood the term until I Googled it. Basically, objective morality is something that is, to sum it up. Subjective morality is what they call it. Objective is what it is. Subjective is what you call it. That's basically what it means in a nutshell. Yay! Lamer has time tonight. Well, you missed my fire story, but anyways, man, the channel will be up so you can rewatch the recording or anything like that if you want to know my experiences in detail on the fire, you know. But anyways, atheists, obviously, they don't believe in, Jesus Christ. They don't believe in objective morality. Jesus Christ. I couldn't even get the word out. I was trying not to say the wrong part. They believe in subjective morality. Me, I believe in objective morality. It's either good or bad. There's really no in between. You know, it's like atheists or some people actually believe that good and evil is just made up by, they just want to use that to keep people in line and shit. That's not good, you know. Because if you really examine on the actions of somebody, if you really look into it or have insight on what causes them to do it, why they do it, you will see that it's not no fucking man-made saying, oh, you got to call that evil and shit, or you got to call that good. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So, but yeah, to each their own, man. Let them believe what they want to believe, man. But, shut my fucking garbage top. Because when you tend to do certain things like breaking a law, you put yourself in you get yourself into trouble. Your future is in jeopardy when you do certain things that will land you in jail. You know, to simply say that's just a human thing to keep you in line, that's fucking stupid. In fact, if you want to go any deeper with regarding evil and good, okay, we innately know what's good and bad. We do. We just have to be reminded because that's that confirmation. We know what good is. We know it can get us in trouble, but we justify it. And that's what makes us do it. We could either, like if you do an action, you can either excuse yourself or you can accuse yourself. It's either you're accusing yourself or you're excusing yourself. There's no middle ground with that. Just like when a man is cheating on his wife with the fucking secretary, okay? He's giving her hot and heavy in the office, fucking her raw, whatever, okay? Do you think he's excusing himself or is he accusing himself? I guarantee you that he's not accusing himself, because if he was, his dick wouldn't be hard enough to ram her into kingdom come. He excusing himself. That's what he's doing. Because if he was accusing himself, he wouldn't be fucking her anyway. So that's my take on that shit, man. Oh shit. So I mean, y'all can always bring up the fire topic if y'all want. I'll answer questions. I just want to not just talk about theft through the whole stream. Oh, I gotta tell. I know why products get smaller as the price rises. I know why. I gotta admit this is a theory, but I believe it's true. I, it's gotta be because this is the only reason why I would do it myself. I put myself in a situation because I noticed over the years the prices will go up, but the products will get smaller. And I always wonder, I always ask myself, why the fuck are they making it smaller? Why can't they make it bigger when they raise the prices? I don't understand that. Why are they getting smaller for? What the fuck? But they want you to pay more for it. And one day, I came up with an answer that is actually good enough for me to satisfy my curiosity as to why. And that answer is they want you to buy more of the same product. That's why they make it smaller. Let's take a bag of chips for example. A 99-cent bag of chips used to be fucking huge. But all you spent was a measly $1 for it. Okay? Fast forward to today. 99-cent bag of chips don't exist anymore. They got smaller ones. And guess how much they are right now as I speak? They used to be $1.49 for a long time. They are $2 fucking now. They want to make more money out your pocket. And they want you to buy more bags of chips or the same chips to satisfy your cravings. Because you buying more and they're making more off you as you buying more because the product is smaller. That's why. They want more money out of your pocket. And that's how they're going to do it. That's why they make the product smaller. It makes sense. Now, this subject here, some people will say no, and some people will say yes. Okay? But I actually believe, and I'm going to tell you why I believe it. I believe that there are millionaires that are unaccounted for, that are living among us right now. They could be your next door neighbor. They could be millionaires. And I would go as far as to say they don't even know it. They know they got a lot of money, but they don't know that they're millionaires though. Because they have a method of saving their money and investing their money so well that over the years they say, oh, I know I got some money, that's it. They don't know they're millionaires, they don't count it, so they just invest and save up money and shit in the bank, And there are some millionaires that they know they are, but they're not going to tell you they are because they're smart. Especially they're not going to go around the neighborhood and say, oh, I got $1 million, I'm a millionaire. Because, people steal from you and shit. They're not stupid. So they're going to keep it to themselves. It's not a big deal to let you know that they have over $1 million to their name. You know what I'm saying? So they just keep cool and live just like you. Some people, I heard one person says no because this person actually said there's not enough money to go around for people to be millionaires and be unaccounted for. I counter with that's bullshit because that goes back to saving money. Do you do you think? I mean, don't think for a second that everybody that makes money is going to spend it lavishly or get a fucking stereo system or a new car with it. They're going to hold on to it. And they keep making that money, accumulating more, 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 and more of that money. Not everybody's going to spend it. Oh, but you got rent and food and shit and clothing you need. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, they're going to fucking do that. But they're not going to spend it outside of food, clothing, rent, or mortgage or whatever, or car notes and all that shit. Some people just don't do that. They don't go out and spend it on things that they don't need. That's how some people are. And another thing, some people are cheap. They can have a ton of money, but they still could be fucking cheap bastards. So if they get something they don't need, they will get the cheapest item, so they won't spend that much money. So they spending less and saving more. Do you follow me? They spending less money and they're saving more, so therefore they accumulate more still. And they ended up reaching over $1 million. Yep. Unaccounted millionaires. I believe there's a lot of them. I do. Like I said, some of them don't even know it. But because they just living their lives. They're just so used to fucking saving up money and shit. I mean, these people don't go into of course they don't know it because the ones who don't know it because they don't go to the trouble of counting it. You know what I'm saying? They just saving it up. The ones who do know they obviously counted the money, but they're not gonna broadcast the fact that they're millionaires. They're just not gonna do it. Technically, your great aunt is a millionaire. Okay. But that's just her life savings. But that was after a lifetime of savings. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that these individuals are young, Lamer. I'm saying that these people could be old, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying they're all young. Will I say there's some young ones that aren't accounted for? Yes, I do say that. I'm saying like in their 30s, 20s, because you got these get rich quick scheme programs that some of these individuals are under. You know, they make money by sitting on their ass. They don't really got to do shit to make the money. And I'm not saying they're drug addicts or they drug dealers. Not drug addicts. I'm not saying that they're drug dealers either. These are individuals just like you and I. They're just living their life. They're the common people. Or the young people they come from a rich family. You know what I'm saying? They have a lot of money saved up by their parents, which makes them a millionaire. But they don't dress in fancy suits. They don't have fancy cars. They like I said, they could be your next door neighbor, man. It's like they either don't know or they do know that they're millionaires, but they're not going to tell you. Why would they tell you? Say, hey, yo, Lamer, man, by the way, man, you know I'm a millionaire, right? You know, he ain't going to fucking do that shit. I wouldn't. It's none of your fucking business how much money I got. Fuck it. I know I'm well off. You know, that's all you need to, if you need to know something about me, I'm well off. Put it that way. You don't need to know how much I have. Yeah, I can say that most of them are old. Most of them are. Because like you said, like your aunt, it was a lifetime of saving. Exactly. Exactly. But the key to having money is being content. It's like people need to stop striving to be millionaires and billionaires and shit. Just be content with how much you have and be careful with your fucking spending, man. Because I don't need $1 million to be fucking happy. I'm already fucking happy, and I'm not even a thousandaire. I was at one point, but but I wasn't always a thousandaire. It's like Jesus Christ, man. I mean, I'm happy. I'm content with what I have. It's like I have enough to be content with. And in fact, if y'all might laugh or you might think I'm weird, but I don't want to have too much fucking money, man. I don't. I don't trust donations. I don't trust donate to save the. I don't trust foundations. I don't. So, you know, because everybody's your best friend when they find out you won the fucking lottery and shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to go through that fucking shit. Oh, that's true, Lamer. Yeah, just be content, man. Just be fucking content with what you have, man. Just be happy, man. You have enough to get by. Be happy with that. You know? If somebody wants a few dollars, you say, okay, here you go. You know? Yeah, I wouldn't tell them either if I won the lottery. Nope. I would give my mom some of it though. Cause, you know, I'm a mama's boy. What can I say? I might throw a few dollars to my father. That's about it. And that's it, man, basically. They're probably the only ones that knows my immediate parents. I mean, they can tell the relatives if they want to. They ain't getting a dime from me. Those distant relatives I don't fuck with, they ain't getting shit from me, man. Cause I'm not gonna, cause not everybody's gonna get my motherfucking money. My parents definitely gonna get some, but that's about it, man. You know, cause they're my parents and shit. You know, but yeah, man. You got motherfucking relatives you ain't spoke to in fucking years, calling you up and shit. It's like, get the fuck out of here, man. I need the money because I owe a car note. I got into an accident. Blah 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 and all that shit. Fuck out of here, dude. We don't even fucking speak. Now you talking to me because I won the fucking lottery? Kiss my ass, man. Yeah, subtle ways. I would too. I would ask them if they needed or ask for help. They don't need to know where the money came from or how I got. That's true. They don't need to know. They don't. But I would. There's no way I would not tell my parents that I won the lottery. I don't even fucking play the lottery. But if I did and I won it, I would tell them. I'm not gonna sit up here and say I wouldn't. And I say, here's some fucking cash. You know, I just give it to them. You know, it's like because like I said, I don't want a lot of money, man. Cause that's a lot of fucking money to win. It's like, what I'm gonna do with it? Shit. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna use it, but I want to be content. I don't want too much money. I don't want too less. I want to be just right, like Goldilocks and the Three Bears and shit. This porridge is too hot. This porridge is too cold. This porridge is just right, and all that type of shit. I want the just right money. Some people raise the eyebrow. Some people raise the eyebrow like, what? You don't want a lot of money? No. Okay, the next topic is we need order or self-government. We need it. We need order, man. Now, where do I begin with regarding this topic? It took me a lot of thought before I even talked about this. I thought about this shit. And the first thing that comes to mind that we need order is stop signs on the streets. Okay? There's a lot of accidents already, but those accidents will fucking double if there was no stop signs on the streets. Because we need direction. We need order. That's our human makeup. We need some type of fucking direction. We just born that way. Sadly, some of us get the wrong fucking direction. Why do you think people look up to idols and shit, or they look up to their parents, or because they see that person as an example. That's more proof that we need order and direction in our lives. You know what I'm saying? And that's the point of the government of the United States. And the laws, the police force, and everything like that to keep us in line, because we need that shit, man. I'm gonna further prove it to you that we need order, is because they got the stop signs on the streets, right? Not stop lights, stop signs. You don't supposed to stop completely. You just slow down and then you continue on. Don't you know, without those stop signs, they can see you walking across the street without the stop sign. Those cars would not fucking slow down for shit. Even though they are looking at you walking across the street across the street corner that has no stop sign in it. Since they seeing no fucking stop sign, their brain somehow doesn't tell them to slow down. Somebody's crossing the street. Even though there's no stop sign, why are you going to keep going? And then if you call somebody a fucking robot or a drone, they get upset at you. That's stupid. It's like, motherfucker, you saw me walking across the street. Since there was no fucking stop sign, you didn't slow down. You kept at the speed. You just kept at the fucking speed. Didn't even fucking slow down at all. That is fucking idiotic. That proves that you are a fucking robot. That you need a fucking stop sign to tell you to fucking slow down. It's ridiculous. That's what I'm saying. We need fucking order. That's why I say I go to stop signs. That's proof. We need fucking order, man. Humans need it. Some of them need it more than others. We get ordered every fucking day. Our bodies fucking order us. When we get hungry, what do? We get something to eat, right? Our body is saying, look, it's time to put some food in this motherfucking system. If you ignore it, it's not going to go well for you. So we get hungry. So, I got to go to the refrigerator, give me something to eat, make me a snack, because our body is ordering us to get something to eat. Same as we get thirsty. Our body's ordering us to hydrate ourselves. We are governed by some type of order. It can be human or not. Like, if you don't make it to your college courses on time, it's not going to go good for you. It's an order. You be here by 9 a.m. Classes start at 9 fucking o'clock in the morning. You better be here, because if not, you are going to fail the fucking class. Your job starts at 8:30 in the morning. You better be here or you may get fucking fired. You can choose not to follow it, but it's not going to go good for us, right? If we choose not to follow it. We need order, man. It's like our bodies. We are built and born to move around. We're not built to just sit on our asses all fucking day long. Our body is built to move, maneuver and shit. And if we spend most of our lives barely moving, mostly sitting down, laying down, our bodies will basically turn against us in a bad way. So when it's time to move, your body will barely want to do so. Somebody's like, what? Oh, you want to move now? It's too late, motherfucker. Yeah, 8 or 9, you know what I'm talking about. If you ain't there on time, you're likely to fail your grade, man. Oh, you throw a few loose quarters at it? They got that scratch and fucking those scratch lottery cards too. I ain't trying to make it confusing. I could keep explaining it to you till you get it. I hope it makes sense. We just need order, man. Yeah, so that's what you get for missing 2 semesters. But if you make them, it goes well. If you don't, you get in trouble. Firecrackers are going, man. Yep. You need order, baby. It's firecrackers. They pop firecrackers whenever they feel like it. That's been going on for some years now. I know. They've been doing it for years now. I lost count how many years it's been since they stopped waiting for July. Okay. Oh yeah, this is an easy one. Why was Michael Jackson unique? It had nothing to do with the fact he was in the Jackson 5. It had nothing to do with the fact he was the lead singer of that group. Okay? It had everything to do with what happened after the Jackson 5. After his solo career. Off the Wall was fantastic, his first solo album. It was. But he wasn't unique yet. He still pretty much sound like everybody else. Pretty much. It wasn't until, what was the second album? Bad? Was it Bad? Because Bad came out in 87, I think. Off the Wall came out in 79. What's it? No, it was Thriller. Hold on. Let me, oh shit. Let me look it up. I'm going to make sure. I believe it was Thriller. Let's go by albums. Okay, that's what I thought, just making sure. His second album was Thriller. It was this album that he started to become unique. Ever since Thriller, okay, this man has stood out in the music industry to the point where he was in a class of his own. I mean, I'm going to tell you how he became unique. He had a lot of control over his music. These artists today they have little to no control over their music, on what songs to sing, over the fucking lyrics and shit. He didn't have that much control on his first solo album, Off the Wall. He didn't. I mean, some of the songs he did write himself, granted, Off the Wall. Some of them were written for him. But Thriller, when that album came out in 1982, that was when he really started to shine. We got to see in this man that he was something to be looked at. You know. And then after that was Bad, you know. You know, and so forth. But let's talk about Thriller, though. When it started, okay? This, like I said, this man wrote his own music. He wrote his own songs. He did his own music. He talked about pretty much anything he wanted to fucking talk about. You know what I'm saying? His music was unique. The subject matter was unique. You know, Thriller was fucking awesome. Awesome. I mean, it was something. I'm gonna tell you, Thriller wasn't the first song that came out ever dealing with ghosts or ominous song. It wasn't. Thriller was so successful because it's been decades since somebody actually heard or a song came out talking about demons or ghouls and shit. You know what I'm saying? That set it apart alone, the song. And I mean, he took it to the next level, man. I mean, what's interesting about Thriller is that if you listen to the lyrics, he's not talking about zombies. Nope. A lot of people were surprised when I jotted that down on a YouTube video. I say he's not talking about zombies. Listen to the lyrics. Or watch a video with the lyrics on it. He's talking about aliens, creatures, anything else to scare you instead of fucking zombies. Even though the video was full of fucking zombies. I thought that was pretty. I thought that was something to take note of. Because there's a lot of songs that came out. That's not the first song that the video actually talked about. Actually showed you something different, as opposed to what he was saying in the record. Thriller wasn't the first one. So, don't believe me? I'm glad you don't if you don't. Look up the lyrics on Google. Just read them. And tell me if he's talking about a zombie. Because if he is, I would love for you to show me, because I obviously missed the fuck out of it. But yeah, so that's what made Michael Jackson unique. He wrote his own fucking shit. He did his own music. It all came from him, man. That's why people was like, "Oh, you were never gonna find another Michael Jackson," because people can't be another Michael Jackson. They can't. They can't write their own shit no more. I mean, some artists, yes, they have wrote songs, but other people actually shared in writing that song. They didn't write the song by themselves. I've heard that Michael Jackson wake up in the middle of the night and go, "Ooh!" Then he'd get right out of bed and get his pen and paper and jot down the song. This man was a fucking genius, man. He sung shit like Liberian Girl. I mean, come on, man. I mean, heal the children, heal the world. I mean, it wasn't all about sex and fucking drugs and shit. You know what I'm saying? Or heartbreak. I mean, a few songs were, but most of them it was like out of this world, man. He just talked about different shit. And they were hits, man. It's like the vast majority of the songs off his Thriller album, most of them were actually hits. They became hits. Dangerous, his album that came out in 91, vast majority of them songs on there became hits. Same as his 1987 album, Bad. Vast majority of them songs on the album became hits. It was like his whole album was shared with the world. Because you got now, it's like they may get 1 to 2 or 3 songs out of fucking 12 songs that would become a hit. Michael Jackson, if he had 12 songs, fucking 9 of them songs, maybe 10 will become fucking hits with Michael Jackson. Well, yeah, he got a part in it, but Michael Jackson did most of the fucking work. Off the Wall, his first album, yeah, that was a lot of Berry Gordy and other people. Hey, Stutter and Stick, what's up? I mean, Berry Gordy produced them and all that, you know what I'm saying? But the vast majority of the work came from Michael. And that's what made him unique. He wasn't doing it. He wasn't living anybody else's I say quote unquote dream as he was fucking making an album. Like most of these artists do today. That's why nobody stands out today. They're all the fucking same. They sing in songs that they haven't wrote themselves. Music, they don't fucking play instruments, man. They don't make no music. They don't do shit. But just fucking, and then they get all the fucking praise. Oh, the praise Michael Jackson got was well deserved. I remember his brothers, 3 of his brothers was on this show, and one of the questions that was asked them was, this is long after Michael Jackson had passed away. I think it was about a year or 2 old. The show. It wasn't that long. It's not really that old. But one of the questions that was asked the brothers was that, will Michael Jackson like today's music? You know what I'm saying? Because it's so different. Of course it is from when he was coming up and shit. You know what I'm saying? They didn't hesitate. They said, of course he would. And I believe him. He would like today's music. I'm going to tell you how I know that. Michael Jackson during his lifetime has collaborated with people. He collaborated with rappers, other pop artists. I mean, he collaborated with musicians that did things different than he was. Because if he was still alive today, he'd still be collaborating with people. I mean, artists today that are out now, he'd be collaborating with because Michael Jackson loved music. That's what he loved. And That's the type of person he was. There was no such thing as bad music to him. It was just music. It was different, but it was music. So that's great, man. He's not like those like back in my day music used to sound. I'm gonna tell you what I hate about today's music, man. I like I said, there's still some music that come out that I actually like. I mean, I'm glad because I do love music myself, but or songs. I hate the fact that they no longer vocalize. They no longer hold notes. Backup singers is a fucking fantasy now. There's no more backup singers. You know, because there's a lot of artists that came out back in the day that started as backup singers. You know, because when I listen to old music from the 70s and 80s, 90s, you know, I'm saying early 90s at least, I love the way it sounded, where they held notes, man, and they sung it. It's like they had more soul back then. It's like they really, you can tell by listening to their voice that they loved singing. You can hear it. You know, it wasn't like, okay, let me record this song and go home. It wasn't like that. Or it's just like, oh, it's a nice tune and all, la, 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 you know, but it goes off and it doesn't leave a lasting impression on you. Because at least with me, they can't fool me. Today's singers can't fool me. I can tell by the how you sound in the record. I can tell if you actually enjoy it, or as opposed to you just want to get your paycheck and go home. You know, I'm a soul man. Got that right, Ryan. I mean, man, it's like that's today's music for you, man. It's like it's. I'm not gonna lie, it's more bland than it used to be. You know what I'm saying? It's like fuck. R&B music don't even fucking exist anymore. It's fucking dead. R&B. I want that shit to come back, man. R&B reached its peak around the fucking early 2000s. If you ask me, R&B sounded good from 2000 to like 2004 or 5. R&B music sound was a shit. It makes you $0. Ryan, I'm gonna tell you something, man. When you sing, man, when I listen to your songs on your channel, I can fucking tell that you enjoy singing, man. I can hear it. That's why I enjoyed your music, because I said I don't really hear that. If I'm listening on the radio, I don't hear that fucking feeling. And that's why I enjoyed your tracks, man, because I mean, I got some favorites, but I can listen to any of your songs. And I can see, rather, I can hear that you are feeling what you're saying. It's coming out with your music, man. I mean it from the bottom of my heart. That's why I love about your songs. Even the ones you are being funny on, I can you know, you love to sing, man. That's the thing. You love music. That's too bad that that's lost. It's just lost in today's music, man. Like I was saying, I can hear it, man, if they enjoying it. And like I said, you play your own music. You write your songs. It's coming from your heart, man. You ain't singing nobody else's music. You're not. Nobody's playing the guitar in the background. You just there with a microphone. I want to know if you love me so. You know, you didn't write it. You read it from a fucking script. Okay. not saying like a musician should like every song they sing. Michael Jackson didn't write every song he fucking sang. Believe it or not, and they were fucking hits like a motherfucker. But he wrote most of his own shit. Most of the songs he sang, he wrote that shit himself. That's what I'm saying. But there's a few that he didn't write. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that everything come out with that you have to write. I'm just saying most of that shit you should write yourself, man. Cause I remember when Ryan first said, "Oh, I sing too, and I play." I was like, "Oh, okay." Even though I was still interested, I was like, "Okay." I was curious to see like how good he was. You know what I'm saying? Because when I first heard Ryan sing, it was on. I wasn't in this stream because he streamed early in the morning. I was still asleep, but I did listen to the recording. He sang on there. I was like, "Oh, he sounds pretty good," you know. Ryan says you gotta write it yourself because yourself is the only one that knows your own life struggles and triumphs. Exactly. Exactly. I'm pretty sure it sounds better when you write it yourself. When you sing it, you can feel it because you wrote that, man. Yep. Yeah, I have to Google Michael Jackson and see because I don't want to spread misinformation on here on why Michael Jackson was unique. I mean, he did it. Oh, adding all that unique shit. Nobody was doing that but him. Ooh. And the way he danced was you think though he grabbed his fucking crotch and shit. And no, he didn't invent the moonwalk. He did make it famous. He did do that. A lot of people say, "Oh, he invented the moonwalk." You know, I was one. I thought he did too. Shit. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. Ain't nothing wrong with. See, that's the thing. I only accept co-writers to a certain extent. If you got like fucking four guys besides you writing the song, that's ridiculous. That's too many, man. I say no more than two co-writers. No more than two. I think three. I think two is too much, but I'm just being generous. If you have more than two co-writers in a song, come on, man. Right, Michael Jackson was the main. That's what I was saying earlier. He was the main genius behind it, and they just let the kid go, man. They let him go. It's okay, okay. This is your shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Did Michael Jackson receive help? Yes, he did. That's how you get better when you receive assistance and guidance or tips. You know what I'm saying? Pretty sure he took all the advice that he could. That's why he became a better musician as he got older. You know? Has teams of songwriters, which is bullshit. I mean, what does she actually have to say for herself? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Even like fucking four people, five who writing a fucking song. So this song is like 3 minutes long, man. Why does it take five people to write a 3 minute long ass song? It's fucking ridiculous. That's why a lot of people don't understand when people call Beyonce fake, it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? But people get mad and shit. Say, no, you're not understanding why people calling her fake, man. Because the moment somebody finds out that you don't write your own songs and they call you fake, it makes sense because it's a you can't be real because you don't write your own shit. I mean, fake is appropriate to call that person. I mean, all they do is go to the studio, offer their vocals. That's it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've heard great songs from artists that didn't even have a hand in writing said song. I mean, it sounds so good. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. Like I'm not saying I've never heard great songs, but they didn't write it. I'm just saying I wish that more of them have a hand in writing these songs at least. Do you have to learn a musical instrument? No, but it's good if you do play some musical instruments in your song or guitar or some shit. But it's not required. I'm talking about writing your own songs. I mean, it's crazy because going back to Michael Jackson's first album, Off the Wall, right? Going back to that, before the album came out, this is back in fucking 78, 77. And him, Janet, and Randy, his brother Randy, his sister Janet, would record themselves. Like for example, Working Day and Night. That's a jam, by the way. He not only did he write the song and he was rehearsing it before the album came out. He actually had Janet and Randy doing music. They would use a pop bottle when they did pop bottle and shit. You can see that this young man was something special. And this is his first fucking solo album. Okay? After leaving the Jackson 5. This man was already proved to be a force to be reckoned with in the music industry. And all the other musicians was in trouble once this guy got on his feet, you know. It's like, and that's only one song that he's that actually they found a recording of him actually singing it before the album came out. So I was like, that's fucking awesome, man. Yeah, she's out of my life. Yeah, Quincy Jones was talking about that. They said he was crying in the studio, man. And they wanted to stop the tape. He was like, no, keep it going. Because Jones was like, keep it going, man. Let him cry, man. It was kind of puzzling to Quincy Jones because he never had a girlfriend. It's like, so why was he crying? He never actually experienced a breakup. You know, but but like it just shows you that you don't have to experience it to feel emotional about it. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to experience that, but you can feel it. Like, I don't know whether to laugh or cry. And as you listen to the song, you can hear his voice breaking. Out of my hand. They kept that shit in there because, like I said, you can hear his emotion because he was emotional when he was recording it. You can hear his voice. You can just hear he's about to fucking break down and cry. That's what makes it better. That's what makes it so great to listen to. And it cuts like a knife. She's all of my head. That's a beautiful song. Yeah, he was just a kid, basically, man, singing that. But he's far from the only one. Because he's been singing basically quote unquote adult songs since he was the Jackson 5. love and you know what it's like. It's kind of. I mean, yeah, they was geared toward. They was gearing it toward kids their age, but it was still adult to me. You know, ABC 1, 2, 3. That's kid. Rockin' Robin. You know, that's tweet. You know, they came out with some songs that was really kiddish. Some songs I felt they was pretty mature for young Michael to be singing. Like I said, that's been going on because like I said, Michael Jackson's not the only artist that sang mature songs when they were kids, man. Like this one woman today, I just found this out today. I don't know if you heard this song, Ryan, but if you saw that movie with Keenan Ivory Wayans, "Low Down Dirty Shame," you know what song I'm talking about. This song plays right in the beginning of it. It's called "Shame." It came out It came out in 1977. Okay, Shame. It's called Shame. And when I first heard it, I thought this one was at least about 30 years old, maybe 35 at the most. Dare I say 37 years old? Because her voice is so rich and so I'm like, okay, this woman she getting down. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't until today that I found out how old she was when she came out with that album, Ryan. It blew my fucking mind. This girl, yes, girl, she wasn't even 20 years old yet. She wasn't 20. She had to have been about 17 years old, Ryan. 17 at least. Her name was Champagne King. I forgot her first name. It escapes me. Evelyn. I think it's Evelyn. Evelyn Champagne King. Yup. Evelyn Champagne King. Shame. She was about 18 or 17 years old when she sung that song. I was like, holy shit. She sounded like a grown ass woman. Like at least 37 years old at the most. I was like, wow. Yeah. I can't think of a single. I want to give Ariana credit, but I can't. I just can't, man. Because when I think of Ariana, I think of sex and lust. Because that's what she brings out. That's what they want to sing about. She got no control over the fucking music she sings. I thought I heard one song by Ariana Grande I liked, but that just shows you how I feel about her because because if I did hear a song I liked, if I did hear it, I forgot about it because it shows you how much I care about Ariana Grande, you know. I think it was one song that came out I liked it. Let me think. I think it was that song Thank You Next. I think it's called Next. I didn't know she sang that when I first heard it. I liked that, but I wasn't crazy about it. I'm saying that's like the only one I like from her. Thank you next. I think it's called I Thank You Next. I want to thank you. You know, it's about being thankful and shit. That's what I don't like. I said I didn't go deep and dirty. I didn't go deep into it and read it lyric by lyric. She probably talk about getting fucked. I don't know, but that's what the message I got from the little I heard from it. She just being thankful, you know. But like I said, I had to think about it, man. It's like, god damn. I'm gonna tell you who I did like that came from Disney. I like the Hillary Duff, man. My sister actually agrees with me wholeheartedly. Because my sister is like me. She's like, a lot of them that came out, she didn't really care about their songs. I mean, yeah, it was like, okay, Night Tune was nice, but it didn't leave a lasting impression on her. But Hillary, it was something about Hillary Duff, man, that that I liked. You know what I'm saying? It's like I can't really pinpoint it on what the attraction is. It's like I felt she stood out. You know what I'm saying? But when she left Disney, when she grew up, rather, it was like she became like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the fuck happened, but I like the Hillary Duff. I liked that song. Shit, I can't remember the name of it, but she talks about let the rain fall down. Let's go back to the beginning. When we were in love or some shit she's talking about. I like that song, man. I can't remember the lyrics. I can't remember the fucking name of the song, man. But I liked that song by her. That's my favorite Hillary Duff song. I like the music. I liked it, all that shit, man. But other than that, I can't think of another fucking ex-Disney chick that came out. I thought, what's her name? Selena Gomez was bland as fuck, though. I felt she had potential. I felt she did, but it was like, Miley Cyrus, I liked her better than Selena Gomez. I don't really care about Miley Cyrus too much, but I liked her better than Selena Gomez. I'm talking about Disney Miley Cyrus. Oh, she's from Boca Raton, Florida. Yeah, some do have wealthy parents, man. Yeah, the rain fall down. I don't know if it's called that though. Yeah, let the rain fall down. Yeah, I liked that shit, man. I like that shit, man. It's nice, man. Like I said, Hillary Duff was like the only one I fucking like, and my sister, like I said, she agrees. Hillary Duff was the best one. Like I said, Selena Gomez was generic as fuck. Justin Bieber, most of his shit, I don't give a fuck. A few of his songs, I liked it. I like the one he sung. I got teased about. I don't give a fuck. I like what I like. Um, what's that Justin Bieber song? How that song? How that shit go? Oh, baby, baby, won't you be mine? I like that shit, man. Sue me. I like the Justin Bieber song. But other than that, man, I can't think of another one. That's when he was a kid. You know what I'm saying? It's like, god damn. But it's like I said, the vast in general, those Disney stars was fucking bland as fuck, though, man. On average, it's like Jesus. So I was like, why are they making all these Disney stars singers and shit? And it's like, what the fuck? And Megan Trainor's ass, she wasn't all that fucking fat, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? They trying to make her. It's funny how they try to throw her at heavy set girls. You know what I'm saying? Then Megan Trainor ended up losing weight later on. I knew she was gonna lose weight. I knew it. They always lose weight if they stay in Hollywood. And I like the fact that Megan Trainor was. I like the fact that she was able to rap and sing. I like that. She can fucking do both. That's fucking dope. I always commended artists that can do that shit. They can rap and sing. Like Drake. There wasn't that many that came out of Disney that could fucking really rock the house. with the albums. You know what I'm saying? Not many, a few could, but nothing to write home about. Where it's like most of them is like, bleh. I got a comment from Lamer. Shit. Alright. Shit. Get back to the chat. So, yeah. Let me see if I deleted the last topic. No, I didn't. I mean, yeah, I did. Yeah, man. Oh shit, that's the one. Oh, I went to YouTube. Yeah, so I'm about to close it. Glad I was able to get this stream out the way, talk about my experiences in the fire. And I'd rather leave my burning building and shit. Well, yeah, so yeah, man. Thank everybody for showing up. And that being said, Y Chromosome signing out. Peace and love. Good health to you all and be safe out there. Peace. I'm out.